we go. What's going on, everyone? Anthony here. Hope you can hear me. All this stuff is live. We are live. What's up? Donta, Abe, Rachel, Shy Boy, Jack Boy. What's going on, everyone? Thanks for coming by on this random stream. Wasn't really planning on it. Volume's too low. Yeah, we'll turn this up. Turn up the gain a little bit. How's that sound? Better? Worse? This is the C90 something Logitech HD 1080p. So this webcam looks pretty sweet. I didn't get the 4K one, not yet. I'm gonna update eventually. A little bit better. And we do have a microphone adjustment. Alright. Maybe that should sound better. I have to just make sure my voice is on the side of the microphone. Gamescom, Capcom. Yeah. When is that shit happening? I'm about to actually look that up. But yeah, I'm just coming here to hang out with everybody. Okay, so the 20th through the 24th. Okay, so it's going to be going on for a couple of days. Does anyone know when Capcom's going on? Okay. They didn't show anything. Okay, so if they already went and they didn't show anything, or they... that shows you how in the loop I am. Monster Hunter, okay. Yeah. I would say, if there is anything Resident Evil related happening is in regards to news that isn't the Switch, they might just wait until next E3 to show Resident Evil 3. I mean, they gotta just ride out 2, but I mean, we're all hoping for a teaser or something. But Tokyo Game Show, right? Quentin, you're right. Midway Gamer says, I saw the new Avengers game at Gamescom, and that looks cool. The only thing I watched, which wasn't Gamescom, it was the Xbox, whatever Xbox showed, and it was Gears 5, because me and Perry were talking back and forth about Gears of War, and then all of a sudden all this news comes out, and Halo Reach characters are in Gears of War for the character packs. It's pretty cool. And then I saw the campaign trailer. I didn't see it live, but I saw it after the fact, and it looked awesome. It looked great. So I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, Tokyo Game Show, I guess we'll see what's in store. I think it's going to be a matter of time before they drop something. But with the new generation coming out, it's going to be pretty cool. I think they're going to be able to kick off these games right. And of course you're going to get all your remasters a million times, but that's what's going to happen. But yeah, what's going on with you guys? PSX or Game Awards. Yeah, I mean, they're going to show it probably on a Sony thing. But I guess just for this generation, in regards to moving on, I just think we're ready to move on to the next consoles at this point. And if we play RE3, we're going to be playing it in the best shape possible. But I'm planning on eventually getting a PC where I won't have to worry about that. Hopefully when it comes out, I could just play it on max settings, and just play it the way it should be played, just in case they get released under power to the consoles, which is usually going to happen. I mean, even with Resident Evil 2, you know what I mean? It's you can get better options if you just have PC already. So Sean says, do you think an RE3 remake before RE8? RE8's definitely been in development. I mean, it has to have been. Unless they're oh, well, we're just working on it now. But at the same time, if they did, then that means they probably started working on it, last couple of years. But I think they should just knock out 3 in my in my opinion. You knock out 3, and then you just go back to 8. You know, once you get like the formula down, because you kind of lost it a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. And RE2 helps that in many ways, because you're putting it on a path where, hey, you got your audience back, and this is the best it's ever felt. So let's ride that and not kill it with like a spinoff or something like that. But who knows, man? I hope RE3 comes out before 8. They got to get their shit together with 8. Like you gotta step it up. Like, you're in the safe zone now, Capcom, because you're doing these remakes and people are gonna buy them and they're gonna like them. But holy shit, you gotta make sure it's not like 7, where it's like gonna be a problem where it's gonna divide the audience. You want to have it while you have them. So I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see where that goes. Is merch coming out soon? Yeah, hopefully. We got the new logo and stuff like that. So in regards to the merch and everything, we definitely are going to do that. We just got to find a company that could do it and come up with some ideas. Steve Robinson is like he's like my second in command when it comes to like logo ideas. And same thing with John. He has a lot of logo ideas as well. But he is like behind the scenes. He gets stuff done. Same thing with Dustin. He worked on the intro. We have a lot of little moving parts that are helping us, and we couldn't really do it without anybody. What we're trying to do this year into next year, how we're trying to push all that stuff, merch included. But everybody is doing it. John Jerome, speak of the devil, he also edits the shows for us and makes the production better. All these people behind the scenes that do all this stuff. And of course, what we're trying to do, more shows. Me and John are going to be doing more shows, more streams consistently. Like I said, every other week we're trying to give you a stream. We were going to stream Downer Crisis tonight, but I just ended up, streaming, just wanted to chat, nothing, not playing much, just hanging out for a little bit. But yeah, what's up, John Jerome? Revelations 3. Revelations 3 would be cool. NSFCR 1010 says, hope we get a Code Veronica remake. Yeah, I think that will be... I think if they were going to do that, they're going to wait a little bit more time, but that would be great. But yeah, so we're trying to get a lot of stuff going, but we have a lot of logo ideas. We're all going to probably sit down and go over some ideas to get some stuff out to you guys. Because fall's coming up, so if I can do something for like, late fall or early winter or something like that, get some beanies, cool shit, But you guys have been awesome and patient, so, thanks for hanging in there and waiting for the stuff to come out, because we're trying to change that for the time that we have. We're always very busy, so we try to just get everything out when we can. NSFCR 1010 says, if they continue the Revelation series, I hope they bring back Billy and Rebecca. Jill needs to come back too. Jill does need to come back, but proper comeback, like a proper comeback, would be awesome. Hoping for 3 make, but kind of feel like it's going to be Revelations. Yeah, they could go. They could do that too. They could just be like, "Hey, look, we got a spinoff because we've been working on it." But like, no, like, they could do it. That's fine. But it's just like, I just think they should ride the momentum wave a little bit. But you know what? It's not like they can come out with like a badass spin-off game and it's really good and it plays like RE2. That's not bad. That's not bad at all, actually. I would love a Code Veronica remake because I also love the save theme. It's probably my 3rd favorite theme, says Midway Gamer. Yeah, I agree. That's a great score. I know it's John's one of his favorites. Dustin, like, they love that score. I love it too. I don't love it as quite as much as everybody else personally. But I'm not holding that against it because of the game or at all. But um, I can't deny it has some really great music and really terrible voice acting. So it's a weird balance. And the best part is that I can take Code Veronica a little bit more seriously if I just like see it through a remake and they do it. Juan says, "Turn the mic more." Okay, testing. Can you hear me? 1, 2, 3. Test. 1, 2, 3. Test. Yo. I sound okay? I thought I was coming in clear. Nobody said anything in the chat. Except Juan. But what's up, Juan? Thoughts on Resident Evil film franchise reboot teased to be super scary and it goes back to its roots. I heard it was from the 47 Meters Down director or something like that. That's kind of cool, I guess, because I mean James Wan was doing something and then it ended up not being, like that. So it depends. Like it could be really good or it could be really bad. It depends on if they want to make it seem like an action film, or a fucking horror film, because that's the problem with Hollywood and the films, that like the identity crisis of the film is just like they can really lose it with that. They can really lose it. I mean, think of it this way: they have an option to forget what Paul W.S. Anderson did and base it off a game, or do something original. And they can easily do that. I don't know why that it's taking them so long to do it. I mean, but I guess enough time has passed, because at this point, let's face it, with the news with Sony coming out today and all that stuff, and Sony almost being, bankrupt with all their financial, film studios and all that stuff, desperate, studios like that. And then Sony, I believe, I believe they own the Resident Evil films. If it still goes through Sony, they're going to want this thing to make a lot of fucking money. So how do they do that? Do they make it horror? Do they keep it action? Do they do both? Do they get a shitty cast and just do a shitty concept? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Do I sound okay in the chat? I'm making sure my volume's okay. I'm like looking at that meter thing, so I'm making sure it's green. Distant Memories, what's going on, man? He said, "What's up, bro?" And Gary, what's going on? Thank you for joining. Jack Boy says, "Paul's the best director." Yeah. I mean, look, I love Mortal Kombat, but man, that was just predictive combat software was it. They pulled Spider-Man from the MCU, so yeah, that sucks. Yeah, that too. They're like, yeah, we need all of it. We need all of it. All of it. I could see Capcom selling Revelations 3 for Xbox, PS4, Nintendo Switch at the same time. Yeah, I mean, I think they'll probably do that, and just try to again rake in as most of an audience as you can. Now that everything's coming on the Switch, the last thing they need to do is put RE2 on the Switch, because that would be like, it would come full circle. But at the same time, I don't know how it's going to run on the Switch. I mean, it could probably run okay, but again, that's not, I guess when you're playing it on that console, you're playing it more for like the portable aspect of it, where you can take it on the go. So yeah, it's a little bit different. I read the new movies are being horror focused, according to the latest news, more in line with the roots of the games. So take that for what you will. Let's hope, says Distant Memories. Well, I mean, I hope. I mean, for all we know, this thing's not going to come out for another 5 years. You know what I mean? Sometimes these things take a while. Again, you heard James Wan was producing the next film, and then 2 years passed, and then he just left the project. And it's like, what happened in those 2 years? We didn't hear anything. It's all behind closed doors, and maybe there's rumors and stuff like that. But at the same time, I don't know. I mean, it can go either way. But hopefully it goes in the right hands, and hopefully it's not I don't know. I just hope it's not just rushed, But at the same time, again, Sony needs money in that side of the business, so we really don't know what's going to happen. But again, it just comes down to waiting and seeing if what other people are doing. Are they going to use a lot of that outside influence, like what's on TV and what's on, what's in right now? So who knows? We'll see. Okay, where are we in the chat? Midway says, and this Netflix thing could be cool. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Lindy says, instead of a Resident Evil movie reboot, why not make it Netflix series? Season 1 could be Resident Evil 0, 2, RE1, Season 3, RE2, and so on. It's a good point. And I think a show, you can establish and develop and get different directors and or the same directors, but most shows switch it up, and they all have a different vision. And that would be cool if they actually were in association with a group of people that actually genuinely like the games and want to add their own elements to it. Instead of Anderson, who just walks in a room and sees the RE5 Bat Boss and is like, oh yeah, we got to add that in there. Yeah, I saw it in the E3 promo. That's cool. Let's punch that in there somewhere. It's like, come on, dude. And then all the characters cosplaying as that shit. It's like, give me a fucking break. Yes, James Wan would have been brilliant. Distant Memories, I agree. Juan says, but they're gonna reboot a new Mortal Kombat movie. It will release 2021. Hopefully, it's awesome like the first one and Annihilation. I love them both. The first one was a lot better than Annihilation, but they are both very, very cheesy and very just fun, and I gotta respect them for that. Too bad you will die. They could develop it in either way, but yeah, he was interested in his bottom line. That's right. It's just you don't care about any of that shit, and you most certainly don't care about what the fans want. That's just a bunch of shit. It made money though. Those movies made fucking stupid money, stupid money. Sorry, I'm just moving all this stuff here. The new webcam worked out really well. Again, I'm still kind of messing with it, so forgive the settings. But and now he's doing Monster Hunter. Yeah, I saw the Monster Hunter teaser, and I just see Milla Jovovich. I'm like, shit, here we go again. His wife's here. And you know what? Maybe it'll be a good film. Who knows? Maybe it will just be the best fucking video game movie that ever came out, but again, I can't really say that because we have Mortal Kombat. Come on. Personally, I think that the world and lore of Resident Evil is quite dense to fully flesh out 2.5 hour movie. A TV show that will allow more character and story building will work. Yeah. Look, at this point, it comes down to the writers you can get, because you can also get different writers on a TV show. I'd be down for both. Maybe the film will keep failing, and then they have no choice but to put it into a TV show. I wouldn't mind even having a TV show and a movie just coming out in its own separate entity, but at the same time, it's you could make a lot of money doing that. But, Sony, do you want to make money? I don't know. Is there a Sony company that can work with Netflix to work out a deal? These are opportunities that are on the table. Someone's dropping the ball and not doing these things. Come on. Let's go. NSFCR1010 says, do you know when the next Let's Talk Resident Evil podcast is coming out? Yes. Hopefully it will be, like we said, we promised once we start doing it, we're going to be doing 2 episodes a month. If there's, again, the news and stuff to talk about. The next thing that we're going to do to bring back the show is going to be, and you're going to say it here first, is because I'll save one announcement for after the other. But if you guys are on the LTRE Twitter, I put a lot of the updates on there. But we are going to be doing a new call-in show because it's been highly requested for a lot of people to come on the show. And obviously everybody wants to come on and talk about, Resident Evil or talk about the series or just whatever. But, it's hard to get everybody on the show individually to invite them, and, it's just hard. So a call-in show is the best way for us to do that. So that's what we're going to do, to talk to the fans and to have people on. It will be me, John, Richard, if he wants to come on, whoever wants to join, and then we'll have you guys jump in a server so we can take people one by one. I did the other one on Skype, but that was before like Discord was like, a thing. But that leads to another thing. The Discord server. We're going to be launching it Friday, August 23rd. We're going to be putting it out, and that's going to have, we're going to have the private server for YouTube members or patrons, and then we're going to have the other server for just the public LTRE server that we'll have mods. The people that I'm going to make mods, you know who you are. Pretty much anybody that's supported me along the way, that's helped me, that's helped fund certain things on the show, like Jackie Boy, and, like, again, of course, me, John, will be mods. Whoever wants to be Perry, Richard, but this is all stuff we've been working out before we announced it. We were thinking about the ideas, so now we're gonna do it full swing. So everybody that's been waiting for a Discord server, it's finally gonna happen. And of course, we're gonna have polls in there. We're gonna have ways that it could be direct to you guys, because like YouTube has a community tab where I can like post updates, but like sometimes it's hard for everybody to see that unless they go out of their way to look at it. So the Discord will be a better way for everybody to connect and talk about Resident Evil, talk about gaming. But yeah, we're gonna do that. We're definitely gonna do that. So those are little announcements. But of course, Let's Talk Resident Evil will be back in full swing. I want to say probably September will be a good time. But the call-in show you will know about ahead of time. Obviously, it will be recorded and it will be edited out to the masses for everybody to watch. And we'll make sure it's presentable, and we'll talk about like the latest news, and we'll kind of give it back to you guys a little bit. But at the same time, again, we want it to be the best thing we can put out to you guys. So we'll probably be doing that, and a couple other shows. Like I said, if we're gonna plan out the shows ahead of time, and I'm gonna, we'll have different people on the show, and keep it interesting, and keep it going. Distant Memory says, you remember the LTRE pilot? I still watch that. Yeah, I remember that, man. I remember doing the reaction to that too. Yes, RE Woodwork is a TV show. NSFCR, Midway Gamer. The LTRE thing was a concept show, not a pilot. Yeah, but it's still, it was still, it was still really well done. Copyright thing that held it back, I could see that. That's crazy, the main team just kind of wiped it under the rug. Yeah, John Jerome, a special stream. I did see your studio, and I was looking on the website at all the stuff, and I sent the information over to John. That would be awesome. That would be cool if we can plan out like a marathon stream or something, and we'll have it at the studio, and it would just be really fun. We should definitely do that before the end of the year. Holidays is a little bit rough for us to take any days off, but even if it's like a day off, I mean, New York's not that far of a drive, man. I mean, from me, it's like 2 hours, but for the sake of the opportunity, that would be great. And just recording shows as well. Because again, we're gonna, I set them to you to edit the audio anyway, so it's like, it really wouldn't be that much harder to even drive and record some shows that we want to record. It'd be awesome. Um, yes, I will call you Jack. A lot easier. But you're Jackie Boy. Come on. Yes, Distant Memories. I'm very happy. Finally got it going, man. Really hyped for the server. I don't think Lost Planet's coming back. Yeah, I wish it was, man. I wish it was coming back. Only time will tell. But what they bring back is like, again, at this point, the Dino Crisis 3 stream between you and John is comedy gold. Lost in space. Glad to see you having a good time between deaths. Good times. Um, yeah. So question mark Wolf 222. The Dino Crisis 3 stream between you and John and Comedy Gold. Yeah, so that's the thing. That fucking thing. That stream. It's so. That game is really fucking frustrating. Like, if you just. You just turn on the difficulty on that thing and you put it on hard mode, and it's just. It's. Like, Dino Crisis 2 was hard in the beginning. At first, I was like, damn, this is pretty rough. Like, how are we going to do this? But here's the problem. With Dino Crisis 3, the upgrades and the farming is so, like... It's just so, like... I don't even know how to describe it. It's just very frustrating. It's a frustrating game. The mechanics are frustrating. There's platforming. There's shitty jumping. It really just, it's so fucked up. And we're finally going to beat that boss. But I was talking to John on the phone, and that also leads into the streams I'm going to talk about in a little bit. I was talking to John on the phone about, the streaming and trying to knock out longer streams of Dino Crisis 3 because it is a grind. That game is grind. But it is a lot of fun. I mean, we're having a lot of fun with it. You guys voted on it, so we got to do it. Lindy says, would you be down if they reunite a more mature, serious, and less cheesy Billy Cohen and Rebecca Chambers duo for Resident Evil 8? I want to know if Billy survived the first city outbreak. That's a good question, and a good idea, because I think I would be down for it only because, again, now we can see how it is. If they're trying to continue with Rebecca being in the medical field now, she's like a scientist, like behind the scenes. They would have to work that in somehow. Like, why would she be going out again and say, like, she'd be forced to fight, kind of like in the situation of Vendetta, where she would just had to, like, kind of be in it all, and then Billy just ends up whatever the case may be. But it just comes down to a lot of things. It comes down to, if they can really make them work in the story. Because Billy is just like, I feel like Capcom just doesn't care about him anymore. But we'll see. I mean, look, I would like to them, like, all of them could bring, Jill, Billy, Rebecca. I don't even care if you put them all in one game. Because the last time we got all characters in one game, it was a little underwhelming. It was, I wouldn't even say just a little. It was very underwhelming. Yes, Yaka says, dude, what are you talking about? Fixed camera angle platforming is always fun. Yeah, exactly. It's just, it's so, like, you want to pull your hair out. Like, you really want to fucking just, like, you just want to throw your controller. Because it's just, the camera keeps changing. Holy shit, just Dino Crisis 3. Oh my god. But yeah, that would be a great thing for them to, kind of incorporate. Like, even if they did another Outbreak and they introduce the characters in a different way, that would be cool. Like, these are all ideas that Capcom has to be just sitting on. But that was a really great idea. Sean Warren says, anybody with a Shudder account, they just put on a horror documentary called Why Horror. There's a segment where they talked about games specifically and importance of Resident Evil series. Oh, yeah. I got to check that out. Because I do have a Shudder account. I do watch Joe Bob Briggs and all the other stuff that's on Shudder. And it's one of the streaming platforms I actually enjoy going on because they actually have a plethora of horror stuff. It's great. I gotta check that out though. Distant Memory says, I'm glad to see you enjoyed that tribute picture I made on Twitter to celebrate the RE community, man. It was an honor to include as many channels as I could, including LTRE. Thanks for being there. Oh, of course, man. That was really cool. And I was really, like, sweet to see everybody tagged and everybody there. It was cool. I appreciate stuff like that. And stuff like that on, Twitter. Again, people just spread the word. Keep pushing all the channels. I'm pretty sure Billy was outie by the time of RE2. Well, that's the thing. So again, if they did Outbreak and they make something that's like quote unquote canon, you can do a lot of stuff with that. Maybe they can have, the stuff they missed out on, the stuff they couldn't flesh out before. Maybe now they can do it in a different light and a proper gameplay and proper AI and co-op, but it's like the old style, What's up, next gamer? Carlos, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining. We're just hanging out for about an hour, so we're just chilling. But I guess we'll see if they end up, moving up forward with all the news. I think at this point it comes down to if they want to roll out a spinoff, roll out a reboot, whatever the case may be. Reboot. Resident Evil 8. That would be fun if they just rebooted the whole thing. They're like, all right, guys, let's just start over. Hey, but you never know. I mean, stranger things have happened. I mean, seriously. Zero is one of the best looking games for its time. That's what Jack says. Yeah, it's a wonderful game. That and Remake look incredible. Billy could be a secret zombie, Brad, since he was a poster in Resident Evil 2. Yeah, I mean, hey, I can't wait to see what they do with Brad. That's another cool thing they can change. What if he lasts longer? What if he helps you at the end of 3 instead of dying? People would be like, what? What's happening? He just comes out. You're Amazon, Jill. He just throws the fucking rocket launcher. Distant Memory says, I wonder what happened to Billy. Where he went. Did he die? Did he live? I almost want to say he went to Stoneville before hopping to another state or country. Well, here's the thing. That's what I'm saying. It's like the things that they didn't finish, that they were just maybe a little bit too they're like, all right, we're just going to forget it that happened. A lot of fans over the years have come up with theories and theory videos and blogs and stuff like that. So it's cool because it makes the community, really interested in that kind of thing. But they can do that with a new game. So that's the cool thing. RE3 Remake. Yes. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Light Yugami 43. What's up, everyone? Long time no see. What's going on? Thanks for joining. John Jerome says, just saw Capcom is expanding testing on the new RE game in New York and LA. Why do you think they're doing all the testing with fans? To get fan feedback. That would be, that would be a great opportunity just for anybody to just be kind of like a fly on the wall of a game that's in that state, whether it's an alpha or pre-alpha, whatever the hell it is. Just playing a map or something or a piece of Resident Evil 8 and you don't know exactly what it is or what it's called, but you just play it, and they get fan feedback. But that's that raised suspicion where it's okay, there's stuff in the pipeline. I think they definitely have their eye on it after RE2. Jack says Billy could have been busted when he left the woods because the police blocking the route to the woods. Yeah, and just the amounts of but at that point, depending on where he was and where he was, if he ever came across law enforcement, they might have been dealing with more shit in the city, by then. So that's I don't know. It's a great idea though. I wouldn't mind another Outbreak game. Yeah, exactly, Carlos. I mean, I wouldn't mind that at all. And to maybe instead of including so much random characters, you should just include Billy and include like these other characters and work them in to something cool. NSFCR says, really gotta wonder what type of RE game it is they're testing. Maybe an online based game, Outbreak? It's an idea. Currently, I'm writing a Resident Evil novella called Code Bravo, which details the life of Rebecca Chambers in Raccoon City from her perspective before leaving in my own way. Almost done with it. Oh, that's cool, man. That's actually really cool. Definitely send that over. J Chip Show, what up? I haven't seen you in a bit. Really gotta wonder what type of RE game they're testing. I already read that. But yeah, really gotta wonder what that is exactly. Or it could just be RE8. Could have he could have been one of the Zeds in jail. That's it. Yeah, that's true. Like got locked up, and he just stayed in the cell the whole fucking time. But hang on one second. I'm just gonna grab a water. All right, I am back with H2O. J Chip says, I've been busy. How are you doing? I'm doing well. I've been busy as well. Been, working the full-time schedule and trying to just do content in between. Working on a short film as well. Going to be shooting in next month, so that's really exciting. Always love working on film projects. Because what I noticed is, like, you would think sometimes the opposite happens, where, like, with Sick Things, my last project, it was hard to balance, like, doing. There's a lot of downtime, so I could still do a lot of content on this channel. But every single time I'm in, like, film mode, I just want to be more productive with all content across the board. Um, it's weird. You would think the opposite would happen, but sometimes my focus obviously does have to shift to one or the other. But I have a lot of downtime to edit it and get it all set, and that's what I can do for the future content. But yeah, it's exciting. Um, I have the film channel. You can find on if you click this channel, it's on the little channels to the right on the banner, and it's Inocula Productions, and that is my film production account. So I have stuff. I was posting on there since '07, but I'm starting to put the stuff up there that I actually want people to see, because there's a lot of like stuff on there when I was like younger that it doesn't fit what we're doing now. So the next project can be really cool. So I'm really excited for that. And obviously, you guys know I want to be a director and a filmmaker. So using a lot of those elements. I tweeted a couple weeks ago about adding more film stuff into what we do and like the content we put out. And me and John have talked about a lot of stuff, and even Dustin as well, about stuff we can do. And the possibilities are endless, because me and Dustin have the film equipment, and all of us, including John, we're here. We're locally here, so we can shoot and have locations, so we can implement some of the filmmaking stuff into the RE stuff that I do, because a lot of the skills that I use on this channel has helped me with editing films, and vice versa to stuff that's I've edited on here. So it's a great I don't want to rush stuff and just put shit out. If I'm going to do a review on a game, instead of just making it where it's like audio and just like video like it used to be, like all my old reviews, the production value should be increased a little bit, because why not? And why not use some of the filmmaking stuff, may have little skits and stuff like that in between a review, and it can work really well. So that's the main thing. I think it would be, just little ideas like that. But I still plan on doing stuff like that. I still plan on doing a script reading as well, but it's going to be a way bigger project than what I had you guys help me out with. It's going to be like casted, acted, like who knows what we can do. But it was put off because I wanted it to be a bigger thing. I didn't want it just to be us reading it. And I don't know. I think we could do some really cool stuff. But some people ask, like, what happened to the George A. Romero script reading? Well, believe me, it can happen. It's just a matter of how we're going to do it. And I have some ideas in mind. Maybe we can shoot for Halloween 2020. That maybe that's the plan. We can make that our big project, and some novel readings, incorporate that stuff as well. Get them up on here. But yeah, just been doing all that, and working, and just trying to stay consistent with content. That was my plan when we kind of revamped our shit this year, and really want to just be more proficient and consistent and not fall off, because to be honest with you, when I'm not putting out content, I just feel shitty. So it's like this is like, this kind of is an escape from all the other BS, that you got to deal with from day to day, regular jobs and everything else. It's a cool expression, and we can get creative with it. Why the fuck not? Because again, it's just more stuff that we can work on and gain experience from. That's the plan. That's what I strive to do this year. Lindy says, since they're now listening to actual hardcore fans, they tend to lean into the more survival horror and fixed camera angles. Do you think RE3 and RE8 might be fixed camera angles? No, not a chance. Not a chance, only because this sold too well, and it was behind the back, and to be honest with you, it worked really well. I'm happy they did it like that. But of course, fixed camera angles, that's what I wanted from the get-go. So, but for what we got game wise, that worked for it. Joseph Frost should be a surprise zombie in Resident Evil 3 remake, who wanders from Raccoon Forest and Raccoon City streets covered in dirt, bugs, and tree beaches. Thinks that they did Forest Spire. Well, here's the thing, Spire. Here's the thing. I think they can add like a kamikaze zombie. That would be cool, because they didn't do that in 2. Like, that would be cool if they had like a Brad zombie or something like that. But a Joseph zombie would be kind of funny too. He says Joseph. Just a what the fuck kind of thing. Both characters and the fans. It would add a bit of mystery and how the body made it all the way there. Yeah, just like funny Easter egg shit, They did do enough Easter egg stuff with this one. I think the replay value as well, and it wasn't really like, paid content like RE7. Ugh, that was disgusting. What do you think his body would be decayed by then? Well, I mean, yeah, he's skeleton with a bandana. Yeah, and he has all the shit strapped to him. Joseph's shotgun should be an item to be dropped, loaded with whatever shells were left before he died. Well, here's the thing. They could do some crazy shit, and yeah, the mansion exploded, but hey, they could do anything. They could do anything they want with that stuff. Who knows? But that's what we want to do. Sound is very bad. He hate says sound is bad. I'm sorry. I thought the sound was good, but maybe it is not. Testing. Sound bad? Hello? Check. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ha. Yeah. Rah. Okay. I don't want to be peeking the mic, but yeah, maybe it'll be good. Sounds way better. Okay, cool. Just had to adjust the meter. I just wanted to make sure. I was like, let me know if it sounds good because I can hear my feedback, but I want to make sure you guys you can hear it on your mobile devices and your cell phones and your computers. I'm trying to get less of the mic. Okay. Yeah, I can't wait to see what they're gonna do. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on the chat here. Do you think Resident Evil Revelations 3 would be a good idea? If so, who would be the main character? I don't know. Rebecca, Billy, Jill, but Jill should be in a main game. Maybe Barry. Maybe could I don't know. Maybe continue that what Resident Evil 2 or Revelations 2 kind of led to. Not Dad Slayer. I'm not playing anything tonight. I'm just hanging out, chatting with you guys, catching up. If you guys have any questions or anything in the chat, feel free. Carlos says, "Can't wait for September when they announce the Tokyo Game Show." Hey, I hope they announce something really good. Barry and Billy, the BB Squad, BB Squad, Revelations 3. But I think Joseph should make a good new game plus Boss and Brad and RE2. That'd be great. Because again, you want to add replay value. Want to have some unlockables in there. Definitely want to see Billy in Revelations, but don't think it will be a marketable character for them. That's true. Some people don't know. Unfortunately, some people don't know who Billy is. So only like fans would know. And fans that have played Zero, because not every RE fan has played Zero, believe it or not. But now that it's out in the masses, it can be, it's on Switch, it's on all the HD stores and all that stuff. So to get his gun or a key, yeah, like if he has an extra item, that'd be cool. So I love to see RE Remake and Remake 2 style. That might be fun, even though Remake 1 is a masterpiece. Yeah, oh no, definitely. That'd be cool to see, just to see. But that's what the mods are for. RE2 Remake is better than 0 Remastered. Oh, absolutely. I agree. Do you have any fears of Resident Evil 3 Remake says? Any fears? I would say just not having enough content in there. Being shorter or just as short. I would like them to... Because even RE2, like, people would be like, well, it's short if you speedrun it and all that stuff. Yeah, I get it. But I think they can still add, like, unlockables, but not just about the unlockables, but give the game modes back, make them fun, and also just make it dense. Just don't, like, I know it's RE3, and some people might disregard it as like a full-fledged game because of how it is, but like, it's an important game, and it's an important game for a lot of reasons in the series, but Nemesis is one of them, and how they do that is like super important. So any fear is like the Nemesis system not working, and it's just like a nightmare. But I would imagine that the only reason why I'm not too scared about that is because of how Mr. X was portrayed in RE2, where it was a different way of having the behind the back angle and still make it terrifying. I think that was hard to pull off, but they did it. They did it really well. So I don't know. I would say if anything, it's just really like filling out the full game, having it have a lot of cool Easter eggs, but still, get more interaction with Carlos, maybe more character development. I don't know, like little things that they can tweak. But we'll see. We'll see what they do. Go play the Origins Collection is what I say because it's on all consoles. Yeah, at this point, just play it, and so you can at least play Remake. Dad's Life says, well, hey, if we don't get an RE announcement soon, then we'll have Death Stranding and Medieval Remake on the way. Also, RE2 Remake just came out. So, yeah, I mean, that RE2 Remake is enough of, like, a perfect representation of Resident Evil that, we're going to be okay for a little bit to kind of sink our teeth into that. I just hope it doesn't take them as long to announce something, because clearly there was things that they did and they probably just scrapped. I mean, let's be honest with you. I mean, it was announced a long time ago. That amount of development time, thankfully, didn't hurt the game. But, like, holy shit. I mean, they 100% scrapped a bunch of shit. They weren't working on all of that for that long. You know what I mean? Like, so there is more shit going on there that we don't know about. I'm curious if that stuff comes out later, but we'll see. RE2 Remake over RE0? Definitely. I've seen people say RE4 should get a remake. What do you think of that idea? I mean, I love RE4, but I just like the way it is, man. That's like a perfect game right there. Like addictively perfect. Like that game is like I beat the shit out of that game. And like just I love it. I mean, it's addicting, and I think like the way it is perfect. Don't want to. That's one of those games where it's like you don't want to soil it with like tweaking, like. But at the same time, if they did it where it was like RE2 and it was more fluent and less stiff, I would take it. I would probably take it. After listening to the 80s style RE music made by Mono Memory, I would love to have an RE game with an old school 80s horror. Yeah, that'd be great. I haven't heard that yet, but shout out to him. I always see him on Twitter and stuff, and he's always watched the content and supported all the RE channels. Stalker Mr. X is hilarious. Oh, definitely. Do you think it will be as timeless as RE Remake 1 and 2, says Jack. I hope. I hope. I mean, if it doesn't have like dated mechanics and it doesn't have stuff that makes it suffer, it should hold up. It should have just as much attention. Nemesis and Remake would be fucking terrifying. I agree. It would really suck if Resident Evil 3 Remake implements the Gravedigger just like the alligator in RE2, just running away from it. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. I think it should still be a full-fledged fight, in my opinion. Resident Evil 2 Remake is better than RE7. First person just didn't work. I agree. Jay Chipshow says, I just hope they don't rush the new games. I really want them to take their time with the story and really think about it. Yeah, like just, you have the RE engine. It's wonderful. You can tell a great story on it. You can make great art on it. Just make it fucking work. I really hope RE3 has all the enemies. I was so sad when RE2 Remake scrapped the giant spider. Yeah, I guess like they wanted to make it, practical, make it work. But at the same time, I mean, they're gonna cut some enemies. You know what I mean? They're gonna cut something. The alligator should have been a real fight. It should have, but the way they did it was still great. It flowed well. And they said they tried it and it didn't work. So maybe that's on the cutting room floor. RE2 Remake still Game of the Year? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah. I haven't played Gears of War 5 yet, which is going to be on my next game of purchase. And Gears 5 is going to be great, but RE2 was like... But I don't know. I mean, I fucking love Gears of War. But RE2 Remake was like a game that just hit it on all cylinders. The OG trilogy is as far as I would go for remakes. I agree. I could see that. If we ever get Code Veronica remake, they should definitely scrap the Moth Hallway. Yeah, and the Banner Snatchers, please. Get rid of them. I know they hinted at spiders and the Moth in Remake 2, although the idea of fighting spiders or a G-Virus moth covered in eyes that releases a hallucinogenic spore would have been dope. Yeah, just something like that, you know. So it seems like we won't be getting any announcements at Gamescom. No, John Jerome. Apparently, just like Monster Hunter shit. Imagine RE2 remake actually winning Game of the Year. That would be a real moral boost for the Capcom development team. Yeah, I agree. Something where it's a, it puts it out in the mainstream, because you remember that the dark days, and we always talk about that on this channel because we were a channel during the dark days of Capcom with its identity crisis and trying to appeal to the masses. So hopefully you don't want the success to get to their head. But I think at this point, if RE2 Remake wins Game of the Year and it gets all these accolades, it will at least say, okay, we know our audience now and we know what to do. Don't make it like Call of Duty. Don't make it like that. But yes, Lindy, I agree. That would be definitely a kick in the ass. Let a fire into their ass a little bit. Jack Boy says, where is the Gaiden playthrough? I think I can get it running. That shout out to Perry, who hooked me up with a Raspberry Pi a few years ago. It does play on it, and I can hook up the Raspberry Pi to the Elgato. So yeah, I want people to see. People want to see that in Dead Aim. So I guess we'll see. I don't think a remake or remaster has ever won Game of the Year. That's a good point. It's never too late, though. Hope they fix Steve in Code Veronica X. Yeah, Jade Chip, I agree. Steve in Dark Side Chronicles was really good, so I think he's fixable. Yeah, definitely, for sure. Yeah, Distant Memories. Yeah, we got Monster Hunter. RE2 Remake sold really well. I could see it being nominated and winning, definitely. Just nuke Steve from Code Veronica X. Sarah's Helsing, what's up? It's going to win awards. I'll be incredibly surprised if it doesn't. The RE engine alone is one of the most impressive things I've ever seen in a game. I agree, man. And Devil May Cry 5, I heard, is really good as well. I still haven't played it, though. Got to pick it up. Definitely want to see a stream of Dead Aim. I'm a big fan for some reason. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we could definitely do that. What do you guys think? I don't know, I'd get some real-time, like impulse decisions, but, like, with Dead Aim, would you want that, like, to be a stream, or would you want it to be like how we did Survivor in an LP style, where we pre-recorded it and then recorded commentary after the fact? What do you think? Stream of Dead Aim? Yeah, I think people want to see it streaming. Yeah, I would definitely have to play it, because John is not touching that one. How good was RE on N64 for you? The lack of legit video cutscenes bother you at all? It had video cutscenes. They actually fit all the video cutscenes on the Resident Evil 2 N64, which is great. They don't look as good, but they definitely didn't take away from it at all. Did I like Dead Aim? Jack says. It's not a great game. It's kind of like Survivor for me, where it's just like sometimes it's very painful. The art is really bad, and the soundtrack's kind of cool. The idea is cool, but it wasn't. It was just too soon. MK11 would have been my second choice for Game of the Year if it was not for the annoying grinding. Yeah, I did like MK11. Didn't play it enough, though. I suppose a stream, Dad Slayer says. Well, thank you. It's just feedback. It's just, we're eventually going to tackle Dead Aim. I just don't like to say when I'm going to do it, because, like, doing stuff on... I just want to, take it one game at a time. Or I'm still going to do Silent Hill 3 one day, because me and Dave Strauss can do that. We did Silent Hill 1 and 2, so we kind of... You guys kind of voted on it for the last one, but yeah, we're going to do Silent Hill 3. You guys watched 1 and 2, and the streams went off really successful, and you guys really enjoyed it. So, yeah, the save room theme in Dead Aim is amazing. It's one of my favorites. I found out that Bruce from Dead Aim was modeled after Brad Pitt. Interesting. I could see that. Japanese do that all the time in some of their games where they use like American superstars or stars to kind of like represent characters. RE8 on PS5 Scarlet better be third person. I'm sure it will, especially after RE2. What's my favorite save room theme? I don't know what I said in my soundtrack podcast, but probably Resident Evil remake. Safe Haven. That's probably one of my favorites. And then Resident Evil 2 save room theme as well. That's up there. We did a whole soundtrack show where I made a proper list. I forget where I placed it, but regardless, I mean that the remake, even the original Safe Haven is just like it has a nostalgia aesthetic that the remake RE1 remake doesn't have, but RE1 remake has more like it's more like dense. It has more of like more stuff going on. But the simplicity of the OG theme is awesome too. Silent Hill 3 is my personal favorite. You will not be disappointed. I heard great things. I think survivor scenarios were just as fun as the main game. A concept they should keep going forever, or keep going forever. Keep going forward. Sorry. Yeah, no, I like that too. I like the different scenarios, and they can really make it work and keep it going. Are you going to review the Resident Evil manga? Well, I definitely will if I can read it. Yeah, if I pick it up, if I physically have it and I can read it. I'm sure I can get it digitally, but like I'd rather pick it up and read it and get it for the collection. You know what I mean? Get it for the collection. What about a Gaiden stream? Hey, that can happen too. Why not? Those are games we haven't played. Outbreak's another one we haven't played. But me and John have an idea for Outbreak as well. But so I wanted to, before I get out of here, because I'll go another maybe about 10 minutes, because I do have to get to bed. I do work tomorrow, and then I stream with Game Complainers tomorrow night. So that's 2 nights of streaming in a row. But the streaming plans. So John right now is going to be. He has been practicing. He's about 2 minutes away from the world record for Resident Evil 2 speedrun on the PSN network. So the PS3 version, because it runs in a better way. But there's set times for every console, as you guys know, or if you're familiar with speedrunning. So the plan is, in regards to kind of give you guys an idea of what's coming next month in the month of September, because summer is winding down, and we have done a couple videos series in this summer, and have put out some stuff, got back on streaming this summer, and going into the fall, we're going to finish Downer Crisis probably in September, and then October, the whole month of October is going to be a speedrun month, a speedrun challenger month, where all the way up until Halloween, every week we'll try to fit in a stream where it's going to be tracking our John's progress or my progress on a specific Resident Evil game speedrun. John is going to be focused on Resident Evil 2. I might tackle Resident Evil 3. We might tackle the original. But it is something that we've never done before, where we can really put ourselves to the test versus just playing through it the same time over and over again, which is what we're going to be doing on the stream. So basically, the stream, you may not want to tune into it. You may want to, in regards to us constantly trying and constantly failing and seeing what works and seeing what doesn't work. And pretty much until we lead up to a finale where we can knock it all out. So that is an idea that we have where we can do that and make it really cool. But there should be an LTRE app. I hope that we can do that. I've always wanted to do that. But at the same time, we can really have some cool stuff come out from that. So that's the plan. But John is really fucking close. Like he's getting it down pat. And I gotta really refresh myself with all that stuff. What's going on? I have all the chat. Is it updating here? Jonathan. Okay, I see Jonathan. Now, okay, now I see the rest of the chat. Jonathan Herrera, what's up? Traumatic Cinematics, what's going on? What's up, Harley? How you doing? I'm doing good, man. Sweet, I used to do that. The save room themes are so relaxing. Oh, for sure. LTRE app would be sexy if we can get the podcast on there. You know what's funny, guys, about the RE2 board game? And, like, I don't want to sound like a fucking broken record, but I've spent $100 on that Kickstarter. I've never received my package. I've never gotten anywhere with their customer service. So I pretty much have to go to the bank and file against them and get my money back because it's bullshit. So that's yeah. So exactly. So I've never gone like maybe public with this, but the reason why you guys never saw an unboxing video, you never saw a playthrough video, is because I never fucking got it. It sucks, and I always get screwed over with these weird order things. PlayAsia as well. And don't get me wrong, PlayAsia at least fucking replies, but the problem I have with that company is that they don't reply to anything. And basically I found out, oh, I could have just Amazon Primed it. Well, what the hell? I spent $100 when I could have spent $80 on Amazon, and I literally backed that thing in October of like 2017 or December of 2017. I spent the money outright, thinking I was going to get it. So that sucks. And like, I get it, they're from like the UK and it was shipping out, but it's like, dude, I've never gotten an email, never gotten a reply, and I'm gonna have to go to the bank and just say, look, like I think I paid through it with PayPal or my card, and I gotta be like, look, it was on this account and I gotta just get it back. But you know, it sucks because, again, why? It's like, I just want to promote it. If anything, I want to sell more copies by showing it on the channel. You know what I mean? Like, that's the idea. I'm not even paid to do that. Like, I wish I was. Like, someone give me a link to sign up for the free shit, because I'm not getting this shit for free. I'm trying to spend money on it and just get and show it off. That was the plan, but I backed it, and you know, it sucks, but you know, I'm not gonna harp on it. And the RE7 story too, yeah. But yeah, it looked kind of cool, and I heard mixed things about the design and overall, but again, I don't have a comment on it because I haven't fucking played it or opened it. But you know, now I can just get it on Amazon, but I refuse to buy it until I get that money back. Because yeah, I could buy a million board games right now and just be like, oh, I just want to play it and just fuck around with it. But I want to get my fucking money back from that shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's a little sketchy. And that's the last time I'm going to do any kind of Kickstarter ever again. I can't do it. No, Jack, you don't have to do that. That's not a problem, man. You've given that back and more some post that happening. So it's not that big of a deal. You know, I have the money to buy it again, but at the same time, I don't trust the company. They don't deserve my money. So if I'm going to spend the money, I'm going to spend it somewhere else. Dead Aim stream it is, Harley. Dead Aim stream it is. We're definitely going to make that happen. Like I said, we're going to do Dino Crisis, finish that out in September, grind that out, and then we're going to do some speed running in October. In October, we can throw in some other stuff too. You know, it doesn't have to be just speed running, but the time we have, again, we don't always have time to stream all the time. So the time that we have, we want to make it really special for you guys and make it work. Do as an LTRE. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not going to be doing any of that shit for that, you know? Yeah, exactly. And like, I could have made a video and gone, you know, like took, you know, shouted them out and got attention, but like, I kind of didn't want to do that because like, I'm not that negative of a person. I'll try to do it behind the scenes, but yeah, it's a lot of bullshit, man. Definitely, I don't recommend doing that, and I don't recommend, but for me personally, and maybe I'm biased, but I don't recommend buying from that company and getting it. You have a better chance of getting it on Amazon, like Dustin, like our friend Dustin, spent $80, got it on Amazon, got it the day it came out. They made it seem like such an exclusive fucking thing, like it was so limited, and then it's just on Amazon. Like, that's another thing too that they do. But again, that's how they sell you on the Kickstarter. So Resident Evil Gaiden remake at Tokyo Game Show 2019. Yes, that's what we need. And a Dead Aim double pack. Dead Aim and Survivor double pack. The Gun Survivor double pack with Gaiden on the side. But yeah, I'll go probably another 10 minutes and then we'll wrap it up. I know I said that 10 minutes ago, but just wanted you guys to get your last words and your questions in. Yeah, I can imagine that remake. It'll be another Resident Evil game on a boat. Maybe that's just bad luck, but I mean, Revelations wasn't that bad, and that was on a boat. So maybe that broke the curse of games taking place on a boat. But like, that's kind of like overdone, right? Like, how many times can you do that? Have you seen the RE card game? Yes, I do own it. Actually, it's back there. I've never done a game of playing it, but that's another thing we can do. Imagine a Dino Crisis remake on using the RE engine. Oh, I know. It would be awesome. I just want to see that Regina costume in RE3 remake. That'd be cool. Do you have a P.O. box? I could try to send you some volumes of the RE manga. I don't, but I'm thinking of setting one up. Because a lot of people have offered to send stuff in, fan mail, fan questions, whatever the case may be. You guys obviously don't have to send me items, but I have gotten it before, so, you know, I should do that. I should support my postal service and open up a P.O. box. I don't think it's expensive or even costly at all. So, yes, I should do that. And the manga, like I said, I'll actually read it when I, have it physically. The dinosaurs opening the doors like zombies would be terrifying. Oh, it would be, for sure. I just wish to put all the costumes from the original RE2 and 2 remake. Well, they put more. I guess they wanted, to add they added the Easter egg stuff. I like what we got. Never know. It could be happening on the PS5. It's true. But at the same time, at this late in the game, they can easily, because of how the backwards compatibility works, it can go either way. But my hope would be RE3 would be on next gen. As much as I would want it to be coming out so soon, wait for it on next gen. RE8 should be on next gen. Like, don't do the RE5, RE6 and have like RE6 on the same generation. Like, I always thought that was kind of weird. But the 360 and PS3 gens like went on for a long fucking time, and so are these consoles. So hope it gets translated into English soon, the new manga. Yeah, I hope so too, man. I know, and God bless the fucking translators that work very hard to get those things translated. That's a lot of work. Max Payne 1 and 2 remake, I'm down. I love Max Payne. There is a Max Payne playthrough on this channel. Not a lot of people even know that, but there is a Max Payne playthrough that happened on this channel. When my name was still Jill Sandwich 988. Sadly, we will have to have costumes in pre-order and DLC instead of the disc itself. Yeah, unfortunately, that's just the way of the games now. Yeah, Max Payne was so good. I'm so mad they never made Max Payne 3 backwards compatible in any way, because I still like Max Payne 3. Did you ever watch Biohazard The Stage? I have. I did. I really enjoyed it. I thought they did a really good job. Yeah, the memories, right? Those are the good old days. It wasn't even that long ago, too. It was like 2 years ago. It seems a lot longer, but, before we wanted to put everything under one umbrella, pardon the pun, so to speak. But, my ringtone is Jill Sandwich, as it should be. J Chip Show, you have to get on that and play those games, man. Especially 2. It's a great, like, love noir story, and Mona's character gets introduced. Like, it's a great sequel. Stream Deep Fear from the Sega Saturn, mostly for some of the voice acting. Oh my god. I watched the Retsupre series on that, of them riffing on that. That thing is so fucking funny. It's so fucking funny. I don't know how expensive it is. Maybe I can get, like, a copy somehow or play it on the Saturn, because I own a Saturn. I mean, when I played RE Saturn on the channel, I have it, Yeah, Deep Fear is a great one. My ringtone was and is still the Killer Instinct theme, and my text tone is Nemesis. That's amazing. That's perfect. I gotta do that. I gotta get fancy with that. Forget that Cold Fear. Cold Fear is still another one, too. There's a plethora of survival horror games that we can feature on this channel, guys, so, we're only just getting started. The RE2 Remake Noir DLC proves that we need Noir RE style game. That'd be cool. That'd be cool as a comic, too. The voice acting in RE1 is a 5-star cast. Oh, of course. They are, you can't even find half of them. And then the ones that you can find don't even want to be found. If you stream Galarians, that'd be pretty cool. I don't know what that is. Gotta hope the reboot movie is based on more horror, specifically, says Cloud. I hope so too, man. And The Mansion. They recently found Rebecca's voice actor. I heard about that. This hall's dangerous. What are you saying, Barry? Yeah, it's just like you could tell the context, like it didn't slap together, man. It was great. But I guess that's the charm, right? I mean, that's why we remember it, is the gameplay, but also the voice acting. Ah. It's a PS1 horror game. What is she doing now? I don't know. A lot of times, you find these people and they're just doing something completely different, or they're still in the industry. What do you think of Death Stranding? It looks kind of cool. I think I might check it out. I mean, I might play it or rent it. It's so hard to rent games now if a Redbox gets it. But that's the problem now, because the options for renting shit is so small. You can't try shit out now. Now it's like a gamble. Gotta spend money and hope it's good. Midway Gamer says, The Mansion is my favorite. I love the police station, but something about the mansion always gets me. Yeah, it's a whole, it's isolated and it's, cold and dark, and they can make it look awesome. Cool that you met Rebecca from Remake, man. Yeah, I actually have a couple of signed items that I gotta show off in the next collection update video, which is happening. So I'm going to be shooting that, and I have all the stuff I want to show off. But that was a great time. We'll talk about that on a podcast as well, more in depth. We had lunch. It was great, and watched her perform. It was just a great day. It was a great day in New York. Total Titan says, if they were to remake more games from the RE franchise, which games do you think they should stop at? Well, someone said earlier the trilogy. I would agree. I mean, someone would say Code Veronica or 4, but I would say the trilogy is a good plethora of content there. Will you ever play the Chronicles games on the channel? I did play. Me and John did stream Chronicles a few months ago. We're probably going to redo it again and play Darkside as well to feature it fully on the channel. Not just stream it for a couple hours, but try to do a playthrough or a long play, something like that. Hell yeah to the collection updates. Fuck yeah. Still doing them strong 9 years later, and we're still doing collection updates. Man, just rented Godzilla, and I was pretty disappointed. It's funny? I like Godzilla because I saw some monsters fuck each other up, and I was happy. But I can see why some of the comparison to the other ones, it might not, be good. But I could borrow your copy of Deep Fear. Well, hey, that would be awesome. That would be greatly appreciated. We definitely would feature it on the channel and do it at that point. Anthony, imagine if someone made a real Spencer Mansion and you could walk through the same rooms that Chris and Jill went through all those years. Damn, what a feeling that would be. Someone's going to do it eventually, man. Someone's going to have the budget and just fucking do it. And I'm there. I'm there. As soon as it's available for the public, I'm fucking there. But imagine trapped alone in that mansion at night during a thunderstorm by yourself. I'll do it. I'll do it. We do a fan meetup and we all stay in the mansion. See? That's what we do. Remember the King Kong game? That was so much fun back then. I remember renting that for 360 just to get all the fucking achievements. Jay Chipshow says, are you going to stream the other Gun Survivor RE games? One of them, Dino Stalker, but they count that as an Gun Survivor game. Yeah, we might have to feature that just as a goof. But yeah, we're going to try to do Dead Aim. We're going to try to do those games as well. Cloud says, how pumped are you for Zombieland 2? I'm pumped. I fucking love Zombieland. And Zombieland 1 is getting a 4K release, so I'm happy with that. Because I don't even have my copy of Zombieland. I don't even know where the fuck it went. I had it on DVD back in the day. Like, that was one of those movies where, like, I bought it on DVD right when it came out. And I didn't have a Blu-ray player, but my laptop in, like, 2009 was, like, a DVD player. And it looked great because, like, I still had a CRT. So, like, I couldn't really watch HD shit. So, it looked a lot better. Stream the other RE games in that? Oh, yeah, 100%. In the mansion? Pff, I'm there. Imagine trying to use the bathroom in that house, and that's some real survival horror. Hey, if there's not a zombie in the fucking bathtub, that'd be great, but, you know, there's no promises there. We don't know. How do you feel about the Blair Witch game? It actually looks good. Like, what the hell, man? Like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, this could actually be a good game. But, again, maybe we can play it on the channel. All potential stuff we can play. Some survival horror shit, man. I'm all down for that stuff. Even Last of Us 2. It's still kind of survival horror-esque. But I don't think I would play it right when it came out because I feel like that might butcher the experience a little bit. Because that's a game where I kind of like to just, like, shut off everything, the outside world, and dive into it. You know, like when I did my Let's Play of Last of Us 1 in 2013, I think it was this month through October of 2013, right where I built this computer. I remember doing the Let's Play of it that summer, and it was after I beat it a bunch of times. One of the times being that Let's Play, and not many people watched that Let's Play, but it was still very fun. It was a hard game to do a commentary over, so I don't know if I'd ever touch that again, but you know, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, time will tell. Do you think they'll remake RE remake? I think so. I think they might. There's only one, and there's a bar on the other side of the house. Yes. Beware of the bathrooms. Harley says, do you like the Metro games? They're okay. When I've played of them, they're okay. I couldn't really get into them, but maybe I need a better one to start with. The first time I saw the trailer for Blair Witch, I almost thought it was the next RE. I was like, no, first person again. Yeah, it looked similar to that, but the graphics look like it looks like it has a budget, so that's good. The Last of Us is a masterpiece. My favorite game, right next to Max Payne 3. Yeah, Last of Us is on my top 3 or top 5. It's up there. I think Last of Us 2 will improve on the gameplay even more. Will it be as impactful? I guess we'll see, but I love Naughty Dog storytelling, so I'm all there. It would be cool if someone could make an RE-themed haunted house for Halloween. That's what I'm saying. Why hasn't it been done at this point? Why hasn't it been done? Alright, guys. I am going to wrap this up. So this was a cool little live discussion. I know we weren't playing anything tonight. I just wanted to talk to you guys, catch up with the community, answer some questions. I'll answer the last few right here. Any plans still for the Romero RE script reading? Well, John's Room, I mentioned it a little bit earlier. You probably didn't catch it. It's fine. And I'll say this for everybody that's here. That's still going to happen. And obviously, in regards to resources to your studio, that might actually make it more possible. But I want it to be... The reason why I put it off is because I was thinking about doing it in a legitimate acted out, thought out script with like sound effects and everything. It's going to be probably the most immersive Let's Talk Resident Evil podcast there ever will be. And that's saying, like, I don't know why I just said that because now I'm setting the bar, but god damn it, we're doing it because that's why I haven't put it out, because I want it to be really good. So, and I have not played Days Gone, Sarah, so I haven't played Days Gone. Jack says, how would you feel about a Resident Evil like Fallout? I don't know. I'm not a fan of Fallout, to be honest. I just can't get into those kind of games. Harley says, okay, Anthony, it was a pleasure. Keep up the great work, and goodbye. Thank you, Harley. Goodbye, chat. Thank you all in the chat. So as far as content in this live stream, that's why I wanted to talk about the content. We're going to be doing Dino Crisis next Tuesday. Stay tuned for the timestamp on that. It will be on the Tuesday, on our normal Tuesday stream, so you can always catch us live every Tuesday or every other Tuesday, depending on what we want to do. It was a pleasure, Distant Memories. It was a pleasure. Everyone in the chat, thank you all for stopping by. And we'll catch you Tuesday. Like I said, for Dino Crisis 3, and a Resident Evil Collection video will be out. But the next thing that is going to be looking, bright into the next chapter is going to be the Discord server, which is going to be launching this Friday. So I'm going to leave you with that bit of news. That's going to happen on Friday. And then, then we'll continue the live streams and the content. Keep it going. And again, stay tuned for a date for the Let's Talk Resident Evil call-in show. That will be our kickoff to returning to the live shows where you guys can be on the show. We'll give all you guys designated time to chill out and talk with us. Until then, we'll see you in the next one.